Everyone, and welcome to the Let's Talk Live Variety Show. I'm your host, Andy Asher, and we have a really great show lined up today. What really got my attention is something the Bank of America, it just reported some very shocking results about the huge wealth discrepancies. That's right, between baby boomers and millennials. Now, I will get to that in just a moment. We also are going to talk more with Christopher Chizakos. Now, he writes about how the increased amount of his testosterone in his body that had life-changing effects beyond muscle and sexual drive. Here's this guy who's 63, who is amazingly fit with six-pack abs, who discovered the low testosterone, and he was an irritable, grumpy guy until he found out why.
Testosterone is not only about building muscle, going to the gym, looking like, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Testosterone will change your life.
More from Christopher in just a moment. Now, in our regular newsstand segment, I am going to dig deeper into the topic that I love, but I also, it's part of what I'm doing with Mimi in the kitchen.
Hey, I forgot to tell you something. The one I made with the smoothie I made with the pineapple and mango, because it has a creaminess about it, like ice cream. So what I do when I have leftovers, I just put them, I make some popsicle with it. And when you have a sweet tooth, you just pop in and have one and enjoy it. That's all I wanted to say. Have a good weekend. Bye.
Thank you, Mimi. It looks absolutely fantastic. So let me get back to that Bank of America report that I told you about. Now, it reports older Americans are splurging on travel, dining out, spending more on housing and basics in an unusual and in a growing generational gap between them and millennials. Now, we are talking a big difference here. Their data reflects a widening split in spending habits between working age adults and retirees. Baby boomers, roughly ages 59 to 77, and traditionalists, ages 78 to 95, in every income group are outspending their younger counterparts. Now, many of those gains were concentrated in leisure spending, such as travel and hotels. What totally grabbed my attention, there are some huge wealth discrepancies between baby boomers and millennials. Now, it reported that boomers, roughly $73 trillion in wealth at the end of last year, 8 times as much as millennials. That according to Federal Reserve data. Now, that translates to an average net worth of $1.7 million for a baby boomer household compared to with $214,000 for millennials. That sure got my attention. So let's get back to the newsstand. Hey, I have always loved newsstands. They go back, so far in our American history, and many are disappearing. The go-to newsstand where I live is Barnes & Noble. I could spend an entire afternoon just leafing through magazines. Lately, I keep going back to the food section on the magazine department, which is, fitting since both Mimi and I have been binging on smoothies. And that's where we are going today. Hey, Mimi.
Hi again. Today it's going to be also something with pineapple. You need 5 ingredients, and they're all fabulous tropical fruits. So you have pineapple, 2 cups, and 2 cups of mango. Get the frozen one because they get very they get nice in this smoothie. You will need also 1/2 cup of Greek yogurt, just plain, and 1.5 cup of almond milk, and then some cinnamon, which gives this smoothie a very nice taste and very tropical and nice. Okay, so let's do it. We do we put the frozen thing first, and you got the pineapple. No, get back here. We have to put it here. Oh, I hope it's gonna, yeah, I think it's too small for it, but let's try. With the milk. It's gonna be good. All right. And the yogurt. So all those smoothies are actually healthy with natural sugar, so you don't have to worry about it. If you don't want to have a lunch or like a big breakfast, this is very, very good alternative. Excuse me, I'm gonna wash my hands. Here we go. And then you put like 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And if you like cinnamon like I do, you can put a lot of it. There you go. It's a natural sweetener. Very good. And then we're gonna start doing this. Perfecto. All right. So this. All righty. Oh, so this quantity of fruit that I put here, it's for 2 smoothies, okay, for 2 people. All right. Looks so good. There you go. Oh, nice. Check this out. Check this out. You try. You can put like a little a little one of this. I like that. I like those flavors like cinnamon and it's like ice cream. It's so good. Oh my God, it's very tropical. Cheers again.
Thanks, Mimi. That is so perfect as the weather heats up. Now on Wednesday, I introduced you to Christopher Terzakos, who wrote a book entitled How I Naturally Increased My Testosterone with 7 Simple, Powerful Methods. A highly effective program, it said, with life-changing benefits beyond muscle gain, strength, and sexual drive. What got my attention is how he went from a super low testosterone level to an increase that changed his life. I asked him about all those myths about how bad it is to have too much testosterone. You know how the myths are. It's all about what comes to mind is, the macho man, aggressive, impatient type A behavior, road rage, and all that. It's associated with testosterone levels. That must pass through your mind, or people must think about that when you talk to them about it.
Absolutely. See, that you're right. I mean, that's a great question. And testosterone is not only about building muscle, going to the gym, looking like, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Testosterone will change your life. Testosterone will, low testosterone, you're moody, no energy, you don't feel like doing anything, you're not a good father, can't be a good father because your hormones are out of balance. So with testosterone, you're always smiling, you're happy, life is good, you're a good dad, you're a good husband, you're patient. So you need every man needs testosterone, every man. I walk around and I see people, I see nice men, and I see men with their heads down, don't smile. And I right away I think, I wonder if he got his hormones checked. Because he would probably be a great person if he got his hormones balanced.
That's fascinating. So what ages are we talking about? Because we do know, at least I guess this is what science talks to us about, is as we get older, there's an effect on testosterone or something, or libido. And then, when you're younger, we hear that testosterone is through the roof. But looking at the guys, the older guys like me, I mean, what's going on with all that?
Okay, so another good question.
I got a lot of questions for you, by the way.
Oh, don't worry about it. We're going to be together then.
Okay.
We're going to be okay. So that's a great question. Testosterone starts to decline in your early 30s. So it declines I'm going to say about 1 to 2% a year. It starts declining, the testosterone. Now, I get it. The young kids, they go to college, they get an education. Now they got to go to work. They got a big debt over their head. If their parents didn't pay for the college, they got a big debt over their head, trying to live in an apartment.
That's amazing. I interrupted myself a moment ago because I was talking about men, but just, to prepare to talk to you, I saw in one of the publications that women have testosterone as well.
True.
And it probably isn't something that you guys dwell on when you do this research, but I just thought I'd bring that out as kind of an interesting point.
Yeah. Women do have testosterone, but they don't need the testosterone that the males do, that the men do. They don't need it. They have their own estrogen. They got their own hormone situations going on.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that. But anyway, so anyway, I kind of left off where you made this discovery about yourself, and then you decided that you'd not do the TRT and instead do it on your own. So maybe you can pick it up from there.
Okay. All right. So I did my research. I got all the supplements that I needed to do. I set up. At that time, COVID-19, so all the gyms were closed. You can't exercise. I've been exercising for 40 years. As I mentioned earlier, I'm 63 years old. I look like a 30-year-old. My body's in great shape.
Yeah, head up. You look great, man.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Well, you can't see my body, but I have a six-pack.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Yep. I'll never give up exercise. So my program that I wrote about in my book, I'll talk about some of the items because I like some people actually to, buy my book and look at my book.
Yeah.
I know that it'll be beneficial to not only to the man, it'll help their families too, because once your hormones are balanced, everything else is just smooth. Life has become so level. Nothing bothers you most of the time.
We'll wind up our talk with Christopher on Monday with a couple of final comments. I want to thank you so much for supporting the show. Now, if you liked it or you learned something new, I want to tell you 3 ways that you can support the show and keep the Let's Talk Variety Show going on. And number 1, just get yourself subscribed. Every show I am bringing inspirational guests who can teach or have something interesting to share. So just take a moment to hit that subscribe button. And then number 2, this is really the ultimate way to support the Let's Talk Variety Show. And it really takes less than a minute. You can write something short and sweet like, I love the show. It's changed your life or something that you learned from it. I am not exaggerating that I read reviews every single day, and every single one, whether it's short or long, it means everything to me. And the more reviews means the higher we rank in all those algorithms, which means bigger guests. So take a minute to leave a review. And 3, just share the show with your friends. Just hit that share button. We live stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I am eternally grateful. Thank you so much for supporting the Let's Talk Variety Show about productivity, positivity, and happiness.